Prophet Brian Carn has just stepped into a role that has left the Atlanta faith community buzzing with excitement and controversy. As the successor of one of the city's most popular churches, questions are swirling. Why him? What does this mean for the congregation, and what secrets might be hidden behind this sudden transition? Today, we're uncovering the full story, the insider details, and the shocking truths that no one is openly talking about. Prophet Brian Carn has recently been named the successor of one of Atlanta's most popular churches, and the news has sent shockwaves through the faith community. While many celebrate this transition, others are left wondering how this decision came about, why Carn was chosen, and what it could mean for the future of the congregation. In this video, we will take you behind the scenes of this major leadership change. You will hear insider accounts, details about the selection process, and reactions from church members that reveal just how significant this moment is. You won't believe what some of the insiders are saying, and there are developments that could change the perception of this transition entirely. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will understand not only why Prophet Brian Carn is stepping into this role, but also the impact his leadership may have on the church, its followers, and the broader religious community. If you thought you knew the story, think again. This is where it gets interesting. To understand the significance of Prophet Brian Carn stepping into this prominent role, it helps to look at his journey and the foundation of his ministry. Born and raised with a deep connection to faith, Carn's early years were marked by an unwavering dedication to spiritual growth, education, and service to his community. From humble beginnings, he began preaching at a young age, showing an extraordinary ability to connect with congregations through his heartfelt messages and profound understanding of Scripture. Over the years, Carn developed a reputation for being a passionate and charismatic leader. His sermons combine spiritual insight, practical guidance, and inspiration, which has attracted followers not just in Atlanta, but across the nation. Through his television appearances, online ministries, and public engagements, he became recognized as a prominent voice in modern Christianity. This visibility and influence helped him cultivate a loyal following, while also earning the respect of other leaders within the religious community. What sets Brian Carn apart is his unique approach to ministry. He is known for blending traditional biblical teachings with contemporary issues, creating messages that resonate with a wide spectrum of believers. Whether addressing young adults, families, or senior members of the congregation, his ability to adapt his message while remaining rooted in Scripture has made him a versatile and effective leader. Insiders report that Carn's rise was not without challenges. Leading a ministry involves navigating complex organizational structures, community expectations, and sometimes skepticism from critics. However, his consistent dedication, ethical approach, and spiritual integrity helped him overcome obstacles, earning him opportunities to mentor other pastors, participate in national conferences, and eventually position himself as a key candidate for leadership in one of Atlanta's most influential churches. And here's where it gets interesting. While many expected leadership succession in prominent churches to follow traditional paths, Brian Carn's appointment is seen as both strategic and somewhat surprising. His selection reflects not just his capabilities, but also a vision for the future of the church, one that balances tradition with contemporary relevance. Followers and insiders alike are curious about how his leadership style will shape the congregation and what changes or innovations he might introduce. This background sets the stage for understanding why his appointment has generated so much attention and speculation. But the story does not end with his rise. What happens next, and how the congregation reacts to his leadership, is where the real intrigue begins. The announcement that Prophet Brian Carn would be the successor of one of Atlanta's most popular churches sent waves of shock, curiosity, and excitement through the local and national faith community. While the church has a long history of strong leadership, the decision to appoint Carn marked a significant turning point, both for the congregation and for the broader religious landscape in Atlanta. The news was officially released during a special service, attended by church members, media representatives, and key figures in the religious community. According to insiders, the leadership carefully orchestrated the announcement to ensure transparency while maintaining the dignity of the transition. In the service, senior leaders emphasized Carn's spiritual qualifications, his proven record of leadership, and his dedication to the church's mission. Immediate reactions from church members were varied. Some celebrated the decision enthusiastically, praising Carn's dynamic preaching style, his deep knowledge of Scripture, and his proven ability to connect with the congregation. These supporters see his appointment as a fresh chapter, bringing renewed energy, innovation, and vision to the church's programs and outreach initiatives. Others, however, expressed hesitation and concern. Longtime congregants who had grown accustomed to the previous leadership wondered whether Carn could uphold established traditions, maintain the spiritual tone they valued, and navigate the expectations of a large, diverse congregation. Social media quickly became a hub for discussion, with hashtags, comments, and shared posts reflecting a mix of optimism, curiosity, and cautious skepticism. Insiders revealed that even within the church's leadership, there were moments of debate regarding the timing and public framing of the succession. Some advocated for a more gradual transition, while others pushed for an immediate announcement to signal confidence and decisiveness. The compromise ultimately balanced both perspectives, demonstrating the church's commitment to both stability and progress. Here's the part that has everyone talking. Some sources suggest that the succession was influenced not only by Carn's skills and reputation, but also by behind-the-scenes factors, such as strategic planning for the church's long-term growth, demographic considerations, and the need to appeal to a younger generation of worshipers. While these factors were not disclosed publicly, insiders hint that they played a critical role in the final decision, adding layers of complexity to what might have seemed like a straightforward leadership change. The initial weeks following the announcement were filled with heightened attention. Local media covered the story extensively, highlighting Carn's sermons, community involvement, and past achievements. Meanwhile, congregants organized welcome events, prayer meetings, and online campaigns to express support and unity. This period of adjustment revealed the delicate balance of expectations and excitement surrounding a high-profile succession and set the stage for understanding how the congregation and community would respond in the months to follow. But here's the cliffhanger. While most reactions were supportive or cautiously optimistic, there were hints of disagreements and concerns that have yet to fully surface. Questions about potential shifts in church policies, outreach strategies, and ministry priorities remain, leaving followers curious and sometimes anxious about what Carn's leadership will ultimately bring. This tension is what makes the story so compelling, and it is just the beginning of what promises to be a transformative chapter for the church. Assuming leadership of one of Atlanta's most popular churches is no small task, and Prophet Brian Carn faces a unique set of challenges and expectations in his new role. While his appointment has generated excitement, it has also brought enormous responsibility, scrutiny, and pressure to maintain the church's legacy while also charting a vision for the future. One of the immediate challenges is navigating the diverse expectations of the congregation. The church's members range from longtime devoted followers who are deeply attached to the previous leadership style, to younger, newer members who are attracted to dynamic, contemporary worship and innovative programming. Balancing these differing perspectives requires both spiritual wisdom and strategic leadership. Carn must ensure that traditional values are preserved while also embracing fresh ideas that resonate with the evolving needs of the community. Another significant challenge is maintaining the church's influence, both locally and nationally. Under the previous leadership, the church had established a prominent reputation through televised sermons, community programs, and media appearances. Prophet Carn is now tasked with sustaining this influence, building relationships with external organizations, and ensuring that the church continues to be a respected voice in faith-based discussions. This means stepping into a highly visible role while navigating expectations from both media and followers. Internal management presents yet another layer of responsibility. Running a large church involves coordinating staff, volunteers, outreach programs, and financial resources. Insider reports indicate that Prophet Carn has already been engaging closely with church leaders to understand operations, assess ongoing projects, and plan for upcoming initiatives. The pressure to ensure smooth operations while introducing new strategies is substantial, particularly as followers watch closely for any shifts in ministry style, outreach priorities, or community engagement. There is also the subtle challenge of perception. Being a successor in a high-profile position inevitably invites comparison with the previous leader. While many supporters admire Carn's charisma, vision, and experience, some critics are keenly observing his every move, scrutinizing sermons, attendance trends, and public appearances. The stakes are high, as any perceived misstep could be amplified, while successes will be celebrated as evidence of his capability and leadership. What makes this situation particularly intriguing is the combination of opportunity and scrutiny. Carn has a chance to innovate, introduce new programs, and leave a lasting imprint on one of the city's most influential churches. Yet each decision comes under intense examination, from the tone of his sermons to the strategic direction of the ministry. Balancing innovation with tradition, authority with humility, and visibility with discretion is no easy feat, but it is precisely these challenges that define the significance of his role. And here's the part that keeps insiders talking. Some reports suggest that Carn has already been implementing subtle changes behind the scenes, including adjustments to worship styles, community outreach strategies, and mentoring programs. While these initiatives are not yet public knowledge, they hint at a proactive, forward-thinking approach that could redefine the church's direction in the coming months. Followers and observers are left wondering how these changes will be received and whether they signal a new era of growth and influence or provoke debate among traditionalists. The expectations placed on Prophet Brian Carn are immense, but they are matched by the opportunity to make a profound impact. Every decision, sermon, and community initiative will shape both his legacy and the future of the church. For followers, this transition is not just a change in leadership, it is a pivotal moment that could define the church's trajectory for years to come. The announcement of Prophet Brian Carn as the successor has not only captured attention within the church walls, but has also sparked widespread conversation across Atlanta and the national faith community. Reactions have been multifaceted, reflecting a mix of enthusiasm, curiosity, and cautious anticipation about how this leadership transition will shape the church's future. Within the congregation, the response has been largely supportive. Many longtime members have expressed optimism, highlighting Carn's spiritual depth, leadership experience, and ability to engage with diverse groups. They view his appointment as a continuation of the church's mission, with the potential to introduce fresh energy while maintaining the core values that have defined the congregation for decades. Several church committees organized welcome events, prayer circles, and celebratory services, signaling unity and collective support. Congregants emphasized their excitement for new initiatives and programs that Carn might implement, including enhanced community outreach, youth mentorship programs, and innovative worship experiences. At the same time, some members have expressed concerns, particularly regarding potential shifts in ministry style. Insider accounts suggest that a portion of the congregation worries about balancing the church's traditional practices with the contemporary approaches Carn is known for. Questions have emerged about how he will manage established routines uphold the church's reputation, and integrate new strategies without alienating long-standing members. These concerns highlight the delicate act of transition in high-profile ministries, where every change is closely scrutinized and measured against the expectations of a diverse and passionate following. Beyond the congregation, social media has amplified reactions. Hashtags celebrating Carn's appointment began trending among followers, while discussion forums and online faith communities debated the implications of the succession. Supporters praised his track record, spiritual authenticity, and dynamic preaching, while critics analyzed his approach, past ministry experiences, and public persona. This online discourse has turned the appointment into a broader conversation about leadership, tradition, and innovation in contemporary Christian ministries. Media coverage has further fueled interest. Local news outlets, religious publications, and online platforms have featured stories about Carn's appointment, his background, and the history of the church. Interviews with congregants and insiders revealed a spectrum of opinions, from unreserved admiration to thoughtful concern, reflecting the nuanced nature of such a significant leadership transition. National media attention also framed the story as a noteworthy development in the broader landscape of American Christianity, emphasizing the influence and reach of the church itself. What makes this particularly compelling is the engagement of the younger generation of worshipers. Many new members who joined the church for its modern worship style and dynamic programming see Carn as a bridge between tradition and innovation. Their support has been vocal and visible, particularly on social media platforms, where they share clips of sermons, highlight his past ministry achievements, and express excitement about the new direction under his leadership. This dynamic underscores a broader trend in faith communities, where leaders must balance legacy with the evolving expectations of a digitally connected audience. And here's the part that has everyone talking. Insiders hint that while outward reactions appear largely positive, there are internal discussions about how to manage the transition smoothly. Leadership teams are reportedly strategizing ways to address any internal friction, align staff with Carn's vision, and ensure that all programs, from community outreach to youth mentorship, continue without disruption. The anticipation of how these behind-the-scenes adjustments will unfold adds an element of suspense for both followers and observers. Ultimately, the reaction of the congregation and the broader community reflects the significance of Prophet Brian Carn's appointment. It is not simply a leadership change, it is a moment that has sparked reflection, debate, and excitement. The church stands at a pivotal crossroads with the potential for growth, renewal, and influence, while simultaneously navigating the expectations and concerns of a diverse, invested, and passionate community. This response sets the stage for understanding the real impact of Carn's leadership in the months and years to come. The appointment of Prophet Brian Carn as the successor of one of Atlanta's most popular churches is not just a headline, it is a turning point with implications that extend far beyond the congregation. His leadership will influence not only the direction of the church, but also the spiritual growth, engagement, and unity of the thousands of members who look to the ministry for guidance, inspiration, and community. One of the most significant aspects of this transition is the opportunity for growth and innovation. Insider reports indicate that Carn is already considering initiatives aimed at expanding the church's outreach, enhancing community programs, and connecting more effectively with younger generations. These initiatives could include mentoring programs, digital ministry expansions, and educational workshops designed to equip members with practical skills and spiritual tools. By embracing both tradition and modern approaches, Carn has the potential to strengthen the church's influence and ensure its relevance for decades to come. At the same time, The succession raises questions about legacy. The previous leadership built a deeply respected institution, renowned for its spiritual impact, media presence, and community engagement. Carn now faces the challenge of honoring that legacy while leaving his own mark on the ministry. How he manages this balance will determine not only his personal legacy, but also the church's trajectory in the long term. Insiders note that he has already begun collaborating with senior leaders to ensure a smooth transition that respects past achievements while allowing for strategic growth and innovation.